In most situations, what people want to do is borrow some money, that is, have a loan, and pay that loan off and owe nothing. Interest-only loans are a little bit different. This is where the person pays back the interest that has been earned, say on a year, so that the amount they now owe is the principal. The next year, the same thing. So they will always owe the principal. All they are paying off is the interest that has been earned. So if you look at the example I've written down for you, consider a loan of $1,000 at 5% compounding yearly. So we're only going to have to adjust this once a year. Why? To make this an easy example for you to see. Interest in the 1 year, 5% of 1,000 is $50. So the borrower only pays the $50 interest. So they owe 1,000. That 1,000 rate ends up being 1,050 at the end of the year, but they make a payment of 50 back. They still owe 1,000. So the amount they owe hasn't changed. For the amount they owe to drop, the payment they make would have to be bigger than the interest. So if we were going to write this as a recurrence relation, then V0 is the 1,000. Vn plus 1 equals 1.05 times Vn. Remember, R is equal to 1 plus little r on 100. It was 5%, so 1 plus 5 on 100, which is 1. Minus D. D is the repayment. In this case, the repayment is going to be $50. So I'm going to write my recurrence relation as Vn plus 1 equals 1.05 Vn minus 50. Continuing with our example, when D was equal to 50, that is, the amount of interest earned was equal to the repayment, then there was always $1,000 owed. If we were going to plot this graphically, where horizontally we have payments and vertically we have balance, our payments where the interest and the payment are the same value gives us a straight line going horizontally. Now we're going to consider the situation where the repayment is less than the interest. So this is the case where D equals 40 in our table. If you have a look at the successive values, because the repayment you're making is less than the interest that is growing on the loan, you can see the total amount that is owed is increasing. So if the total amount is increasing, unless something changes, you're not going to pay that off. So if you have a look at that on the graph, that is the one which is going up. The third variation is where the repayment is bigger than the interest that the loan has accrued. So if you have a look, D equals 60. The repayment is bigger than the $50 interest on that initial year. You can see that the amount which is owed is decreasing. So if we're going to look at that graphically, they're the points which are going down.